minute. Yeah, I'm done. um, um, well, yeah, RVRL, RVRL, new season, season 5. The first round at Bahrain, Bahrain International Circuit at Sakir. So yeah, full quali, I guess, 29 laps, so basically 50%. 15 corners uh, of the track. Best starting places are turn 1, turn 4, turn 8, turn 11, turn 14. But I mean, turn 14 into turn 14 you can overtake, but it would be better to save that to turn 1, where there is a DRS zone. But yeah, the best overtaking places are turn 1, turn 4, turn 8, turn 11, and turn 14. Circuit length is 5.412 kilometers. Race distance about 154 kilometers. Lap record is set by Pedro de la Rosa in 2005. 1 minute 31.447. It's a new season, new lineup. I think I already talked about the lineup in the pre-season, but there will be some reserves like Velocity to AlphaTauri, Matt to Haas, and then if Nathan or NJ doesn't show up, then it's gonna be then Monkey is gonna go into the Ferrari. Yeah, there need to still wait for some people to join in. And then as well, there's a big question: is Monkey gonna go into a Ferrari? If Monkey is gonna go into the Ferrari, then well, it's gonna be a pretty one-way win in terms of the team. It's gonna be Monkey or Jamie, because Jamie has won the driver's title last season. So yeah. So Jamie is gonna try and defend his title this season. But then as well, Red Bull are gonna try and defend their constructors title in this season. Am I in the party? Yeah, I am in the party. Might to put the audio from me a little bit lower. I think it's good. Apparently we're supposed to go Mm. Okay, and Monkey isn't gonna go into a Ferrari. He wasn't allowed. So Jamie is gonna have only, or there's gonna be only one Ferrari in this week. There's gonna be two Mercedes cars, Panda and Splendy. From Red Bull, Secret and Josh. From Ferrari, only Jamie. From McLaren, Monkey and Copsvan. From Alpine, Rex and Tomos. AlphaTauri, Reggie and Reserving Velocity. From Aston Martin, it's only Nighthawk. From Williams, it's only On Massamad. From Alfa Romeo, it's only Noise. And then from Haas, it's Hakimi and Reserving Sparko. So we are gonna go in few minutes. We are in the session into Q1. Yeah, no, yeah. Jamie just now puts the stream into the race com. So basically, everything that I said now is basically useless because nobody heard that. Beauty. What a beauty. So yeah, into Q1, obviously dry, in the wet, like as usual. Before Bahrain. If it will rain, then that would be a big that would be really weird. Everyone would just be confused. But we are into Q1. Everyone puts their setups and all of that. What the hell has mentioned me in the comments? Alright, wait. But first cars out on track. And already yellow flags. Someone spun. That was a Haas from Sparko. And Dix of turn 3. As usual. Turn 2 and 3. Turn 1, 2 and 3 are very tricky with the throttle. I even have difficulties in there. Think Noise as well spun. Already drivers are having big difficulties in that corner. Most of the drivers on the softs. Panda has gone out on the mediums. Monkey is thinking of going onto the mediums. but he still hasn't gone out yet. On Masmada had a bit of problems on the exit of turn 3 as well. Jamie probably now remembered that going onto the inter or wet tire while it's fully dry in qualifying is illegal. more drivers out on track. Josh out on track will be. Nighthawk has invalidated his this and next lap, so now he's doing another lap on those softs, but it's now, well, Josh takes a bit of a different line in turn 3, but Sparko already on a flying lap on the first sector. It's gonna be 29.098, while Noise is just now starting his lap as he again spins in on the X of turn 3. Yet again spinning on the X of turn 3. Sparko meanwhile still on a flying lap into turn 11. Nice and tight, and could have used maybe more track, but I don't know. And the second sector is 1 minute 8.367 through the second sector, and now the third sector mostly straight, but just 2 corners. What you have to do on the X of turn 14 and turn 15. DRS open, and through the line he comes, and he goes P1 130.606 from the Haas reserve. Noise has yet again spun in turn 8. This time Hack on a flying lap as well. Yellow flags in some random places. Jamie has started his flying lap. Thomas is gonna start his flying lap. Rex is gonna shortly, but there is Hack, or actually Panda, who now crosses the line 1 minute 30.047 from the Mercedes driver, and he goes P1. Hakimi goes third, 130.836 behind his teammate Sparko. Noise, I think he will do another one. He has just enough fuel, 1.0 laps of fuel. On Massamad goes fourth, 135.275. That's a really bad time by On Massamad. Sparko on an in lap. Nighthawk, third sector, 1 minute 07.737. That's faster than Hakimi's and Sparko's second sectors. He could go out of Panda and could provisionally go P1, and Nighthawk comes to the line and he goes comfortably ahead, 1 minute 29.899. Well, that's not really comfortably, as Josh now goes P1, 129.224 by the Red Bull driver. Thomas is gonna cross the line and he goes fourth, 1 minute 30.384. Jamie goes only ninth, 1 minute 42.475 by the reigning world champ. Splandy crosses the line and he goes fourth, 130.487. Rex goes second, 129.584. Cosfan goes ninth. No, I know he was earlier there. That was Monkey who started his lap, but Cosfan is 10th, 130.890. Noise goes 5th, 130.255. Secret goes second, 129.546. Just ahead of Rex, but still 3 tenths behind Josh. Jamie probably... Actually, is he? No, he's on an in lap. Monkey on a flying lap. Although, could it there be... Almost no, definitely not. Kasva, no, on an in lap. Tomo's on an in lap. Splandy on an in lap. If it looks like it. Well, he doesn't have fuel. So, even if he would be improving, then... Well, he is improving, but he only has 0.1 laps of fuel. Yeah, no. No. And he has run out of fuel. Nightlock retires in the pits. Feeling comfortable in P4. Rex on an in lap. Many drivers on an in lap, but Monkey exiting the two final corners, and has the ears opened and coming across the line. He goes 6th, 130.173 by the McLaren reserve. I think reserve. Well, the McLaren driver. Sparkle takes a different line through turn 1 as he exits the pits. There's still the two AlphaTauris that need to set a time. Reggie is now on an out lap, and Velocity is now on a flying lap. Into turn 4. Third gear on the exit, 4th. And first sector is going to be 28.931. Not bad. Going to turn 8. Second gear on the apex. And decent acceleration. Going to turn 10. Very difficult braking if you don't have ABS on. And on the exit of it, nice and easy. Going to turn 11, braking around 100 meter board on the exit, using most of the track. Going to turn 12 now. Don't touch the curb on the inside. 1 minute 08.081 through the second sector, and now going into turn 14 on this back straight. Braking nice and easy, and on the exit, going on the power as early as possible, and DRS, activating the DRS and coming across the line. He goes 8th, 130.347, and that was a lap around Bahrain. Reggie spins on the exit of turn 7, and he's flabbergasted how he spun the car, I guess, and he almost spins yet again, but really nice save by Reggie. Really good save by Reggie. And he goes yet again wide in turn 10. The most difficult braking in Bahrain, it's turn 10, and one of the most difficult brakings in the game. Reggie yet again spins. Going to turn 10, like, it's you have to turn, but then as well you have to brake hard. Like, it's, and then you can't do a mistake, because if you go on the curb, then it's pretty much instant spin or going wide. So it's very difficult. Reggie yet again spins, or yet again something has happened to him. More drivers have retired. Monkey and Secret in the pits. Now Sparker coming out of the pits, taking an interesting line through turn 1. As well as Tomos exiting the pits. Is he gonna as well take an interesting line through turn 1? No, he's gonna take the normal one. Jamie on a flying lap now on his second one. Reggie going into the pits outside. Well, spins before turn. Oh, he's been reset to track now. Reverses because he had to go into the pits. Jamie through the first sector split. Is he improving? Yes, he is by 3 seconds, so he must have made a massive mistake through turn 1 or through the first sector as well. He still has to find at least 12 seconds through his lap. At least 12 seconds, maybe 12 and a half seconds, if he really wants to fancy it. Okay, going into turn 11, making nice and easy, using all of the track on the outside, early shifting to 6th, and through the second sector split. 7 seconds of improvement, so basically all around this lap, the previous lap was bad. All around it was bad. Going into the final corner, as early on the throttle as possible, the rear is activated, and coming across the line, he goes 6th, 130.140 on the used mediums. And Jamie should be safely through into Q2. At the moment, Reggie is in danger of not going into Q2, as he still hasn't set a time. Or Masmad is out on track. Sparko through the first sector hasn't improved, but his loss was only 2 thousandths. Thomas, no, I didn't see his first sector. Sparko through the second sector, a little bit wide, going to turn 11, and he spins on the exit, hitting the wall pretty hard with his tires. He may have some sidepod damage, maybe, but he's still going. Sparko's or Tomo's first sector was 2 tenths improvement. Second sector, 7 tenths of improvement. As ahead of him, Sparko yet again spins on the exit of turn 13, and Tomo's going into turn 14. Nice and easy, and on the exit as early on the throttle as possible. The is activating, and through the line he comes. He goes 4th, 129.593, almost a 1 second improvement on his time, and only 100 behind his teammate Rex. Jamie into the pits. Less than 3 minutes to go in this qualifying. On Masmad will start his flying lap. Cops fan on an out lap. Well, Tomos has Splendid as well on his out lap on the same mediums. That he did his previous lap. On a match through the first sector, what's it gonna be? Is it an improvement or not? It looks like, well, to 29.986. It is an improvement of 2.5 tenths, but the first sector wasn't the greatest. It was a very high 29. As ahead of him, Crossfire is causing yellow flags for some reason. I don't understand why are there yellow flags. I mean, now he's letting through on Masmad, but previously I don't understand. I didn't understand. A little bit wide in turn 11, but Splendi's first sector, it's gonna be not improvement. 29.156 through the first sector. Tom retires in the pits. I didn't see how much was on Masmad improving through the second sector, but now into the 2 final corners, nice and easy, and the rear is open, and coming across line, he stays 15th, 133.553. It was an improvement of, I think, 1.7 seconds, but it's still a long way to a 130.890. Splandy's second sector, he did find some time. He was improving by 1.5 tenths, and coming across the line, he will go P9, 130.240, ahead of Noise, but behind Monkey. Cosfan on a flying lap, as well as Reggie, but I didn't see his first sector, and neither Cosfan's first sector, but Reggie on a good first sector, I think. Cosfan in through the second sector. Is he gonna improve? The clock hits 0, so these are gonna be the final times. Cosfan is improving through the second sector by almost 3/10, and Cosfan into the last 2 corners, nice and easy on the throttle. Reggie, well, I didn't see his split time, but he's doing very good on his time. And Cosfan coming across the line, he goes 12, 130.537, overtakes the both horses, and he's safely through. Reggie, meanwhile, on the exit of the 2 last corners, a deer is opening, and coming across the line, he goes 3rd, 129.576. It is very close between Secret, Reggie, Rex, and Thomas from 2nd to 5th, but En Masse Mad, the only back marker, or actually Nightlock is as well a back marker in the Aston Martin, but En Masse Mad, the only one who won't be making it into Q2, and his qualifying is over. He's gonna start 16th probably, if no one gets a grid penalty. So Panda, Jamie, Monkey, and Splandy, they all qualified on the mediums, and the rest on the softs. Josh finishing P1, over 3/10 out of his teammates. Then behind Secret, it's very close between Secret, Reggie, Rex, and Thomas. Only half a tenth between these 4 drivers. Then Nighthawk in 6th, Panda 7th on the mediums, Jamie 8th on the mediums, Monkey 9th on the mediums, Splanty 10th on the mediums, Noise 11th on the softs, very close behind Splanty, Velocity 12th, Cosfan 13th, Sparko 14th, Hakimi rounds off the top 15 of the drivers who qualified into Q2, and En Masse Mad is alone, over almost 3 seconds slower than the next driver. And now going into Q2. Now this is the better part of qualifying, since it for the most people matters, because you're gonna be able to qualify to Q3, and in Q3 yeah, and Q2 has started. Probably most of the drivers on the softs. I don't expect anyone to go on the mediums. But let's just see who's gonna be the first out on track. It is a Alfa Romeo of Noise out on track first. Then it's an AlphaTauri of Reggie, from Reggie. And then it's gonna be now a horde of drivers. As up ahead are the 2 Haas's, then Rex, then Jamie, then behind him is Velocity, and then behind it's Panda on the mediums, the only one now on the mediums. Splendid, by the way, left the session, so we'll see when he will join back in. Now Secret as well is gonna be out on track, as well as Josh will be out on track as well shortly. Splendid joins back in, maybe the game crashed. It tends to do that sometimes. It likes to do that. Secret, where is he? Where is he? What? I mean, I don't understand where was he going? What was he thinking to go there? But now as well, Monkey out on track as Noise has started his lap. Now as well, Thomas out on track. That's Reggie who spun on the exit of the last corner, messing up his exit, going into his flying lap. Noise's first sector, it's gonna be 28.974 by the Alfa Romeo driver. Many more drivers are gonna start their laps. Splandy has to take it and avoiding action because he has to let so many drivers through, as Sparko has spun on the exit of turn 2, as was Panda on the exit of turn 15 has spun. Is he gonna try and make a lap of Delta? No, he's gonna straight into the pits. Splandy has left the session yet again. Maybe internet issues at this point. Noise has spun on the exit of turn 11, running his lap and as well invalidating his lap as well. So who the hell it's gonna be to finish the laps first? I think it's gonna be Hakimi finishing the laps first. Both the Red Bulls have started their laps. Hakimi second sector, 1 minute 8.041. As he makes a little mistake on the exit of turn 13. Behind him is Rex as well on a flying lap. Rex is gonna get a beautiful slipstream by Hakimi, but now a little bit dirty. But Hakimi is gonna cross the line first, and he's gonna go temporarily P1. But immediately Rex is gonna take his P1. Rex P1 129.396. Hakimi second 130.687. Velocity now drops down to fourth 130.751. Jamie goes P1 by only 4 thousandths, 1 minute 29.392. Just 4 thousandths out of Rex, as Velocity lets through other drivers. Sparko 1 minute 50.505, but he's gonna, well, I don't know if he's gonna try and improve this time. We'll see. There's gonna be 2 Red Bulls coming across the line, but Josh has it about at his time, so I'm gonna be doing a second run. But Secret coming across the line, he goes third, 129.423 by the Red Bull driver. Josh is gonna start his second flying lap. Thomas goes fourth, 129.540. And it's the Monkey coming across the line, and he goes first, 129.370 by the McLaren driver. Impressive lap time by him, and he's now in P1. Rex in a in lap. Sparko, I believe, you can't park there, so had to do it. Sparko coming across the line, he's gonna improve his time, but it's a 1 minute 33.932. Cosfan goes 8th, 1 minute 30.989. Nighthawk goes 6th, 1 minute 29.639. Reggie is gonna start his flying lap shortly. Josh is on a flying lap as ahead of him. His teammate Secret has spun on the exit of turn 13, and Josh through the 2 final corners as early on the throttle as possible. The rear is open, and coming across the line, he goes first. 128.523, smashing smashing the times from Monkey, Jamie, and Rex. 8/10 over 8/10 faster than Monkey. 8.5 faster, in fact, faster than Monkey. But it's on Q2. The most important times are made in Q3, but still very good time by Josh. Panda is gonna start his flying lap pretty much now. Splandy is on an out lap. Hopefully he won't be his game won't crash or anything, or something that has caused him to leave the game all this time. Panda went really good through turns 1, 2, and 3, and going into turn 4 using all of the track on the exit. Reggie with a pretty impressive time, 129.284. Panda's first sector, 28.717 through the first sector. Noise as well on a flying time, and he will come across the line, and he goes 9th, 130.501, and he goes 9th as he spins. Splandy has started his flying lap. Panda's second sector, it's gonna be a 1 minute 6.978. Splandy's first sector, it's gonna be a 28.860, and Panda is on the exit of the two last corners. He comes across the line, and he goes P2, 128.909, goes ahead of Reggie, but still almost 4/10 down on Josh's time. Splandy meanwhile on a flying lap, still on the same flying lap through turn 11, nice and easy. Out of him, yellow flags. Splandy's second sector is gonna be 1 minute 7.298, I think. And going into the two last corners, nice and easy on the exit 4th gear, and immediately into 5th gear. There is open, and he goes 4th, 129.318 for the Mercedes driver. Hakimi on an outlap, Knifethawk on an outlap, and Panda and Splandy on an in-laps. Well, at the moment, Noise, Hakimi, Velocity, Cosfan, and Sparko wouldn't go into Q3. Josh looks pretty comfortable in P1. Panda as well pretty comfy in P2. I would say as well Reggie pretty comfy in P3, but it's his choice if he wants to go out or not again. Jamie has to go out again. A 1 minute 29.392 is actually, when I look at it now, it's very bad in the Ferrari, especially when around the Monkey on a McLaren. In the McLaren has gone 22 thousandths faster than him, and Rex in the Alpine has gone 4/10 slower than Jamie, as Splandy yet again some issues with the game. Hakimi's first sector, it's gonna be an improvement of almost 3/10. Knifethawk's, well, it looks like that he's improving because, well, apparently his first sector was the quickest, but I don't believe that. But he's improving through the first sector. Might as well look at the comment quickly as I have time. Oh yeah, you keep disconnecting, so I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe an internet issue. Nice talk to the second sector. Almost 3/10 of improvement through the second sector. Hakimi hasn't found much time through the second sector. Only 2,000s. He would go ahead of Noise, but still quite a long back behind Nighthawk. Nighthawk coming across the line, and he's gonna go P5 129.332. Hakimi, meanwhile, he goes 11th. Found almost almost 5/10 through the last sector, but it's still not enough to go ahead of Tomos. Half a second behind Tomos still. So for Noise, Velocity, Cosval, and especially Sparko, it's going to be very difficult to get into 129.540. And Jamie on a flying lap as well. Velocity, I think he's now started. Hakimi on an in lap. Jamie through the first sector split. How's it gonna be? It's gonna be an improvement of almost a 10th through the first sector, so immediately going ahead of Splandy with that improvement, and almost out of Reggie, in fact, only few hundreds behind. Monkey retires in the pits, feeling comfy, and Jamie through the second sector. All of the billboards have been destroyed. The 150 meter boards. Jamie through the second sector. It's going to be an improvement of almost 3/10. Now he's going out of Reggie, but still behind Panda. 1/10 behind Panda still. And through the third sector, what's his lap time gonna be? It's gonna be... He's gonna come across the line. It's a 129.218. Not the best times by Jamie, as he's done way better times in time trial. I swear that he has done way better times in time trial. Velocity goes 11 to 129.920. So he's not making it in. So already Hakimi out of qualifying, and Velocity as well, since, well, piece of road. Secret still has to is in danger of not making it in. Thomas starts his flying lap. Noise has started, and he's found half a second through the first sector already. Cosvan as well on a flying lap. Sparko has crashed out, and he goes 14th in 130.612, and he goes 14th. Cosvan through the first sector, 2.5 tenths, and through the second sector, almost 7 tenths of improvement by Cosvan. Noise through the second sector, almost a second of improvement, but there's still Thomas improving through the first sector, 23 thousandths. Secret first sector I can't see, but Cosvan coming across the line, and he goes 13th out of Noise, and that was Sparko, but Noise is gonna come across the line. Third, 129.157, pushing Thomas out of Q3, but he's still on a flying lap. But there's still as well Secret on a flying lap. It could be Rex who might not get into Q3. Secret coming across the line. There is open, and he goes second, 128.701. Now it's either one Alpine going in. It's either Thomas or it's either Rex. Thomas coming across the line, or shortly, and he's gonna come across the line, and he goes 6, 129.246, pushing his teammate out of Q3. And it's Rex, Velocity, Hakimi, Cosvan, and Sparko who did not make it into Q3. and Monkey just barely make it into Q3. The gaps might have seemed easy and safe, but you should always, even in that position, some people were just too cocky to not make a lap, as the gaps, if they made a good lap somewhere around these times, then it's gonna be really close. From 11th to 4th, it's only 2.5 tenths, and it's Josh P1, Secret P2. Once again, it's a Red Bull 1-2, Panda 3rd, Noise 4th, Jamie 5th, Tomo 6th, Reggie 7th, Splandy 8th, Nighthawk 9th, very good in the Aston, and Monkey just making it into Q3. It's Rex, Velocity, Hakimi, Chikasan, and Sparko who did not make it into Q3. As now we go into Q3, probably the most exciting part of the qualifying, as we see who is gonna go into the wait, no. Who is gonna be on pole position for the race? I totally forgot my line. As in Q3, Splandy yet again has been disconnected from the game. Second comment: if it's bad in the race, I retire. Okay. I mean, you should maybe try to go in a party, maybe. If you're not in one. If you're not in one, then to be honest, if you in one and it still keeps you disconnecting, then I don't know. It might be an internet issue. It might be just a network issue or a server issue. It could just be a server issue. I don't know. But already Secret first out on track, then it's Nighthawk, then it's Panda, then it's Noise, then it's Monkey, then it's Jamie. Now it is Tomo's exiting the pits. And there's still... Well, now Splandy is gonna go out on track. So it's now Josh and Reggie still in the pits. Well, basically all on the softs, obviously. Who isn't gonna go onto the nice softs for a Q3 appearance? I mean, they are just... I mean, you have to go on the softs. I mean, if you're going onto the mediums, then you're a hardcore. I don't know what's wrong with you. Secret is gonna be the first one to start their first flying laps in Q3. Noise causing yellow flags, but he's just preparing for his Q or for his flying lap. Josh exiting the pits, or his pit box now. Reggie's still in. Secret has spun on the exit of turn 3 and basically destroying his flying lap. So it's gonna be Nighthawk. It's not Nighthawk because he has invalidated his time. So it's gonna be, I guess, Panda who's gonna be the first one to complete their laps. Panda's first sector 28.593. For Noise, it's a 28.982 from the Alfa Romeo. Monkey's first sector, it's gonna be a 28.633. Josh behind is on an out lap. Tomo's first sector, it's gonna be a 28.771, and from Jamie, it's gonna be a 28.867. A horrible first sector by Jamie. From Panda, second sector, 1 minute 8.7668. Secret has spun, but from Noise second sector 1 minute 7.875, and Nighthawk has spun, but Panda coming across the line, he goes first, 128.693. Noise will come across the line and he goes second, 129.976. Monkey is gonna, after the two last corners, he's gonna come across the line and he's gonna go ahead of Noise, 129.170. Tomos, his lap is gonna be a 1 minute 29.803 ahead of Noise, but still a long way back behind Monkey. Jamie goes third, only 129.234. I say only because it's look at the gap. It's 5.5 tenths behind Panda in the Mercedes, while Jamie is in the Ferrari. So I guess Jamie doesn't like this track. First sector from Josh, it's gonna be a it's not gonna be a 28.600. If I remember right, Panda had a better first sector than Josh, but there is still a second sector and third sector that has to be done by Josh. Going to turn 10 on the into the first gear, very low gears on the exit. Medium traction. No, it doesn't actually matter on what traction are you on. It doesn't really matter. Josh through the second sector is gonna be 1 minute 6.841. I still think Panda was on a better lap than Josh. Josh going into the two last corners, and no mistakes. There is open and coming across the line. He goes second, 1 minute 28.808, almost 3 tenths slower than his Q2 time. And at the moment, Panda is on a provisional pole position. What a lap by the Mercedes driver as a banker. Secret is gonna start his flying lap shortly from Splandy. Hopefully his game won't disconnect anymore, because if it will, then well, he's screwed. He's basically screwed in this qualifying. Secret has started his flying lap. Nighthawk will start his flying laps. Well, no, he's made a mistake on the exit and he's going back into the pits. Secret through first 3 corners, no mistakes, or at least that's any significant ones that would cause yellow flags. Secret through the first sector, 28.670, slower than Panda by around a tenth. Little oversteer on the exit of turn 8, going to turn 9 and 10. Missed the apex, lost a tenth or two, and on the exit oversteer as well. Lost at least a tenth or two in those 2 corners. Going to turn 11, way better, and into turn 12. Don't want to hit that inner curb from Secret. 1 minute 7.163. You can see that he has lost so much time. Splatty has made a mistake on the exit of turn 3. Secret on the exit of last corner lag, I think, but he's going into the pits. Doesn't want to finish his lap, as he knows that that lap was pretty damn. If I honestly, I have to say, it was for the Red Bull, it was pretty bad, as on the last corner as well, mistake, and he could have made a risk that he wouldn't be able to make a second run. Jamie exiting the pits. think Splendid is gonna go as well into the pit, so I'd suggest that Panda would go now out on track. Jamie, I don't know what he's doing, but I'd suggest that Panda would go out now, since I'd say that Splendid is gonna go into the pits, and that's gonna take some time. Well, he isn't going out. Well, alright. Splendid is in now. His engineers are ready to take him in. That's gonna take like 30 seconds. Jamie causing yellow flags, what the hell? He's driving normally. I mean, going a little slow, but saving the softs, but I don't see any problems. But why is no one going out? I mean, now Josh is going out. Panda is gonna be going out now as well. I'd say Splendid will be going out as well. Reggie out on track now. Noise out on track. Nighthawk as well. Monkey as well. Thomas as well. And Splendid as well now. What? I mean, to be honest, now it's just gonna be a huge pile, and everyone is gonna try and somehow fit onto making a lap, while Jamie is gonna be pretty comfy of making a lap, as he starts his final flying lap now. He's the only one to start the laps while everyone is either ending Sector 1 or in the middle of Sector 2. Jamie through the first 3 corners, no mistakes, no any significant mistakes, and going into turn 4 on the 5th gear, very safe on the exit, and he has gained 2/10 through the first sector already. So at the moment he'll be going out of Monkey. There's only 40 seconds to go. Some drivers may not make it into of making a lap. Well, at least Nighthawk is gonna be able to make a lap, as well as Noise and Reggie, as they have already started their flying laps. Jamie's second sector we didn't see. Monkey is gonna be able to make a lap. A Red Bull behind has spun, that's secret. So I think he's gonna go. No, he's gonna try and make a lap, and he's gonna fight with Thomas going into turn 1. That's what I talked about. Why are these drivers going out immediately as they now hit each other? Jamie went second, 128.804. So Panda still in P1. Panda through the first sector hasn't found improvements of over 1 second. Josh through the first sector has found an improvement of only 600. Nighthawk has made a mistake, as well as Monkey. So already 4 drivers who won't be making their laps, or proper laps. Noise through the second sector, 9/10 of improvement through the second sector. Reggie I didn't see. Panda through the second sector. How's it gonna be? It's gonna be a almost 3/10 of improvement through the second sector for Josh. Only 900 of improvement. Panda could be on pole for this race. Noise goes 5th. Reggie goes 4th. Panda will come across the line, and he improves his time by 3.5 on his lap, and he's on provisional pole position. He is on pole position, says Monkey is the only one to cross the line, but he has damaged front wing and he has missed his time. Panda is on pole position here in Bahrain, and as well, what a crazy Q3 as drivers made their own mistakes. Many drivers made their own mistakes. For example, Nighthawk and Monkey, as well as Secret made his before he even started the lap. And even basically most of the drivers wanted to go out as late as possible, but then just bunching up, and then, well, if one driver made a mistake, and then it's yeah. But it is Panda on pole position here in Bahrain, Josh in P2, Jamie in P3, so top 3, or basically top 5, is 5 different teams. Splendy P6, Monkey P7, Thomas P8, Knifelock P9, and Secret P10. 2 Americans on the 5th row. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And the chat is gonna be fuming. I'm trying to read the chat, but or in Discord. The formation lap starts now. I'm just gonna leave it between them. I'm just gonna leave it between them. I don't care. It's their own fault. Almost Matt didn't even move from his slot. On the tires, everyone on the mediums besides Splendy, who decided to go on the hards, so he's the only man right now on the hards, obviously. The lone wolf, if that's even the sort of quote, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting turn 1, I must say. 5 different teams in top 5, and then in top 10 there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different teams in top 10. Only Mercedes and Red Bull have both their drivers in. For Jamie, he doesn't have a teammate. Reggie's teammate is in P12. Noise doesn't have a teammate. Monkey's teammate is in P14. Tomo's teammate is in P11. Nightlock doesn't have a teammate. Secret is in P10. Yeah. As the leaders exit the last corner, they're gonna grid up onto the grid slots. Reggie spins and Noise tries to hit him. That doesn't work, my friend. As the drivers are gonna go into their grid slots, and the final tire warming ups. Panda has pretty warm up tires. You can't say the same with Josh, as he has 80 to 79 degree tires. Jamie has a bit better than Josh. Reggie, not the same. Like, most of the drives around 80s. 70s even there was from Hakimi, so he's gonna have a pretty bad. So Panda at the moment only 1, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go. here in Bahrain. And Panda gets a decent start, but Josh gets a better one. There goes side by side into turn 1. Pretty bad camera. And into turn 1. Panda on the outside, and he stays in P1. Reggie overtakes Jamie for the P3, but Jamie on the outside is quicker, and he's gonna have a lot better grip as behind Monkey has hit Noise. He's completely overshoot the corner, and he has massive damage to his front wing, as well as probably Noise has to his rear diffuser or rear wing. Meanwhile, top 4 has stayed the same, but Reggie is still fighting with Jamie. But Reggie on the switchback, Jamie going wide off track, and he's lost two places. But Thomas is gonna try and overtake now Reggie into turn 11, and Thomas is now up to 3rd. But Reggie is gonna try and counter that on the outside of turn 12. Velocity from absolutely nowhere is in P5 from P12. Reggie is still fighting now with Thomas for P3 still. And going into turn 14, Reggie on the outside, Thomas on the inside. Who's gonna have better exit? And who's gonna be ahead? They're still going side by side. And now Vloxy is now looking for some trouble. Now he is side by side with his teammate. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. Jamie, Vloxy and Reggie, they're going 3 wide into turn 1. Thomas is now somewhat comfortable in P3, but Jamie is still fighting the AlphaTauris. And Jamie on the inside, Vloxy on the outside. Who's gonna have better grip on which side? It looks like Jamie had the better grip. At the back, Rex and Reggie are fighting for P6, as well as Nighthawk and Splanty for P8. Rex going wide in turn 7, but he's still ahead of Reggie, but he might have to give that position back. What are these cameras? Reggie is now up into 6 as Rex goes on the curb, goes wide, but he gets a somewhat good exit, so that he only loses 1 place. And Nighthawk is trying to go now with Reggie into turn 11, as Reggie is now into 6, but there's still Rex and Nighthawk who fight for P7. Secret is still stuck in P9. Splanty has dropped his places from P6 to P10 as he goes wide in turn 14, loses the place to Cosfan. Now DRS has been enabled. Up front, Reggie and Rex, they have switched places into turn 1. Nighthawk is trying to as well overtake Reggie into turn 1 for the P7. Rex is now up to 6 as he spins on the exit of turn 3. He drops down to P14 now, and it's now Nighthawk and Reggie fighting for P6 now. Reggie gets a 3-second time penalty as he's been pushed off, and he hits Nighthawk in the rear, spinning them both. Nighthawk down in 11th, Reggie now down in 12th, 13th, sorry. And Secret is now up to 6th, but now Noise and Cosman have been little fighting for P8. As Noise is up into P8 now. Secret is up to 6th and Splanty is up to 7th. Monkey gets another 5-second time penalty and he retires in the pits, completely ruined his race from turn 1. Nighthawk going around the outside of Hakimi into turn 11, and he's up to 10th now. But I think just Reggie turned into Nighthawk, just turned it on him, and he spun them both. In the meantime, at the very top, Panda and Josh, they have stayed in their positions, respectable positions. At the top, it's very boring. But in the meantime, at the back, Splanty and Secret fighting for P6. Splanty's fighting for his for his P6 from where he has been started. Secret has way better grip on the Red Bull and on the mediums. Noise has a good look good at the back. Splandy is now gonna try and switch back on the exit, but he didn't finalize it good, and he has to stay in P7. Reggie in the pits to change off his front wing. Rex has overtaken Sparko, but Tomos has made a mistake on the exit of turn 11 and he's dropped down to P5. Jamie had to give out the position to Tomos, and he's back down to P5. Velocity is now in P3 from out of nowhere, from P5. He was in P11, no, P12 at the beginning of the race, and he's now up to third out of nowhere in lap, well, for him 4, but it's lap 5. Josh is gaining on Panda slowly by slowly. Panda could have better quali pace, but could be that Josh has better race pace. As the back, Noise is trying to overtake Splandy into turn 1 on the outside, but Splandy has defended well. But now Splandy, it's closer, but Noise now into turn 4 side by side. A little bit of touch, but going into turn 4, Noise on the inside having way better grip. Ooh, it was very close to contact, but Noise is up to 7th. And now his next target is Secret. The back, nothing. Well, it is very close between the drivers, but for some it just the earth strain. Well, that was like not every single second there is gonna be entertainment. Not every single second there's gonna be an overtake. It doesn't work like that. But it looks like Jamie has better pace than Tomos, as he's pretty close to Tommy. To Tomos. Going to turn 14, it's only 4 tenths between them. As Reggie has crashed out into turn 8, that is a full safety car. The sector made a little bit of vibrations, but it is a full safety car, and it's some drivers pitting for hard tires, some didn't. Nighthawk didn't. Noise with tires in the pits. Okay, and I don't understand. But Velocity and both Alpines have pitted for the new hearts. New hearts, yeah, new hearts. But I don't. Oh no. Okay, okay, okay. If that Alfa Romeo would be stuck in there and wouldn't budge from there, that would be pretty unlucky for Rex. That would be so bad for Rex. Almost Matty yet again spins. Now it's turn 12. He's in his own race at the moment. Only 3 drivers pitted for the new hearts, Velocity and both the Alpines. Panda just didn't have the opportunity to pit, as they were already past the pit lane while the safety car came out. So we'll see what they'll do, but I think they will stay out. Panda goes in, Josh goes in as well. Yeah, they are in. Jamie still stays out. Jamie still stays out, so he's in P1 now. Secret's up to 2nd. That is Splandy up to 3rd. Panda and Josh, they're gonna be behind this pack of all these drivers. They're now in P7 and 8. in this race. The drivers are now behind. Well, some are behind the safety car. I think he has been lapped. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't been lapped. Rex still has few seconds to catch, but there's still Sparko who has to catch, Velocity, Thomas, and Rex, and as well on Massamad. We can't forget about him. He's like our Nicholas Latifi in this league, but I mean at this point. At this point, he's like our Nicholas Latifi. In preseason, not the best race, and in this race as well, not the best race. Okay. So yeah. Still have to wait for Rex and on Masma to catch up to the safety car. I mean, we could just go without them, but that would be nice for Rex or on Masmad. On Masmad has to still catch almost a minute to the pack. I mean, Rex is catching pretty quickly. I mean, obviously because the safe guy is going pretty damn slow. Then almost Matt still has to catch up to, around, well, now 50 seconds. Actually 35. Wait, what? I was in here like 57, what? Something doesn't add up. I know that my maths are off season in the weekends, but it can't be that bad. In the interval, it's looking like this, but then in here it's looking differently. Alright, something is wrong. I'm gonna just keep it like this. I might just keep it like this. No. Whoops. Yeah, nothing basically is happening right now. Might as well check this squad real quick. What's happening in there? Sefka's still not in his lap. Jamie faked him to go into the pits, alright? Yeah. I mean, nothing really happening around here. Setka should be in this lap. It will be 19 laps to go. Yeah, Zitka in this lap. Now Jamie is gonna control the pace. Well, the Zitka is gonna be going into the pits. Warm up your tires, obviously. Warm them up nice and fresh, hot. Panda has pretty good temp compared to Josh, who's like mid 70, while Panda has like mid 80. Jamie is already going, so the race has been restarted, and Secret is gonna be already behind him, trying to look for a move into turn 1. No, he didn't really fancy a move. But Splandy has, I think, missed his breaking point, and now he's getting attacked by Nighthawk into turn 3, and he could be getting overtaken by Nighthawk. Going to turn 4, no, he didn't get overtaken. Sparko drops down a few places as he gets overtaken by Velocity, Tomos, Rex, and now Rex as well, dropping down to P12. Meanwhile, Panda is trying to overtake Hakimi somewhere. Turn 10 isn't really the greatest places as my game lags. Beautiful, as it likes to tend to do. Mid-race, Panda is trying to attack Hakimi into turn 11, diving it down to turn 11, and he makes it successfully, leaving Hakimi some space on the exit, but Hakimi didn't really fight it. Now ahead of him, it's Cops fan. He has to be aware of him, because he's not the fastest drivers in this league. Meanwhile, Josh is now trying to overtake Hakimi into turn 14, but he's a little too far back to overtake him. Panda will be trying to overtake Cosfan into turn 1, but Josh behind him has overtaken Hakimi on the straight. Panda on the inside of turn 1. Will Cosfan fight this? No, he doesn't. He lets him nicely through. He didn't fight him or anything. And Panda is up in the 5th. His next target is Nighthawk. What are these cameras? As Nighthawk has spun on the exit of turn 4, going to turn 5, and he is now dead last. He's gone down from P4 to P13, and he retires on track by pressing a button, so there shouldn't be a safety car. So Panda's next target is his own teammate now. So we'll see if Splandy is gonna let him through easier than he needs to, Cosfan did, as Josh has some problems overtaking Cosfan, not being able to overtake him anywhere in sector 2, in sector 3 neither. So he could have another go into turn 1. The ERS has been enabled, but he obviously won't be having it now. Panda fastest lap 132.191, but Josh on the outside of turn 1. A little bit of a touch between Cosfan and Josh into turn 2. Josh has now the inside. Cosfan is resisting. He's battling out for the P5. And going into turn 4, Cosfan on the inside, and he's ahead still from Josh, but Josh has a better exit of turn 4, but he can't use it since there's a parked car of Velocity. Josh. Velocity has overtaken Hakimi meantime. But Josh is really stuck behind Cosfan. He can't overtake him. Cosfan is really battling out with Josh for the P5 as Onmasmat has spun, and Splandy lets Panda safely through, no fighting at all. He knows his position, that he still has to pit, and that Panda doesn't have to pit, and he's on the fresher hearts, so he can go and attack. Secret and Jamie at the back. Cosfan and Josh are battling out for the P5 in turn 13, and going into turn 40 they're gonna go side by side. And who has the DRS? Josh makes a beautiful switchback, gets a better exit, but not. Cosfan has the DRS, but he doesn't use it. He doesn't use his DRS. I don't think he has realized that he has won. Hakimi goes into the pit in the meantime, but Cosfan had the DRS, but he didn't realize that he had it, and he activates it now. He could have defended from Josh easier, and attack him into turn 1, but he didn't, because he didn't realize that he had the DRS. And now Cosfan is down in P6, Josh up to 5th, and now Josh's next target is Splandy, while Velocity is trying to now overtake Cosfan. Into turn 10, a beautiful dive bomb into turn 10. Cosfan brake way too early, and Velocity takes the advantage of that, and he's up to 6. A beautiful overtake by Velocity into turn 10. You don't see them usual there, and especially clean ones. That was very clean by Velocity. Now Cosfan has to defend now from Thomas as he Thomas down the order. Cosfan has the DRS on Velocity, but he pits. I'm guessing the hard tires. Yeah, it says so, the hard tires, because his mediums are 13 laps old, and he pits into the hard camera tires. Now, for Thomas, the next target is Velocity. He's quite close behind him. So Velocity maybe made a mistake. God damn. Maybe made a mistake in the turn 1 and 2. Turn 1, 2 and 3. So he has lost some time. And now Thomas has the DRS. Rex is close behind his teammate. His own teammate, but we'll see if they will switch places. I don't think they're gonna switch places though, since if they're gonna switch places, then they're gonna lose the DRS on Velocity, or potentially lose the DRS on Velocity. Panda hasn't been really catching up to Secret or Jamie. Jamie pits now, and Secret is now up to P1, Panda up to P3, P2, and Splandy up to P3. Jamie pits onto hard tires as expected, and he's gonna come out way behind Rex, but way ahead of Cosfan. He's gonna be in no man's land basically. He's gonna be like 10 seconds over 10 seconds behind Rex, but then 10 seconds ahead of Cosfan. He's gonna be 13 seconds behind Rex, but then as Cosfan and Hakimi, they fought out for P9, and Hakimi has overtaken Cosfan before turn 1. As they make contact, Cosfan hit Hakimi into the back, or into the rear right tire, and they are almost 15 seconds behind Jamie. Now Kasan has defended his P9, but a little dirty defending. Tomos has overtaken Velocity. I missed that completely. Tomos has overtaken Velocity somewhere. Maybe turn 1, or maybe turn 4, or maybe turn 11, but he's ahead. Hakimi now has overtaken Cosman into turn 10. Panda gets a new fast lap as Secret pits to the new hard tires. Splanting now is the only one on the same tires that he has started with, but he's on the hard, so he's gonna be a little longer on this tire, or maybe pitting actually now. Well, it depends by him. And Secret, where is he gonna be? He is just ahead of Jamie now. He's just ahead of Jamie, but with the cold tires, it's gonna be very difficult to defend. And Jamie has now the warmed up tires, so he's gonna be able to gain in this second sector. That is very, I mean, not. I mean, it is technical, but the overcut by Secret has worked for the short term, but Jamie gets a way better exit of turn 8, but he doesn't really want to use that good exit. And on the exit of turn 10, does he get a better exit? They got pretty much the similar exits. Into turn 11, Jamie fakes a move up the inside. Into turn 12, very close between these two. Panda new fastest lap, 131.481. Into turn 13, Jamie is very close behind Secret. And into turn 13, Jamie is gonna stay behind Secret. On the exit of turn 15, Jamie is very close behind Secret. He's gonna have the DRS, and I'd expect Jamie is gonna overtake Secret easily into turn 1. But Secret doesn't give up since they're going side by side into turn 1. Jamie on the inside, he's gonna have much better grip on these more warmed up tires than Secret, but Secret is still very close behind Jamie. Secret up the inside or into turn 4. Jamie tries to switch back. It could work. And into turn 5, he's behind him. He didn't risk it to go side by side into turn 6. And Secret's overcut did work. So Secret is now ahead of Jamie. In the meantime, in the top 3, nothing really happening. Panda increasing his lead over Splandy, and as well the gap between himself and Josh. Between Thomas, Velocity and Rex, it has stayed the same. Thomas in P4, Velocity P5, and Rex in P6. With Secret and Jamie, Secret a successful overcut on Jamie, so he's now ahead. Hakimi has overtaken Kosvan way already long before this now sort of rundown. Jamie has the DRS behind Secret, but a little too far. Well, not too little. He's too far back. Not able to make a move into turn 4. Neither of these drivers have any sort of ERS. They're both pretty much burned down from ERS. Into turn 4, Jamie didn't have the gap to overtake him. He was as well too far back. Well, Hack is in P9, Kausan in P10, Sparko in P11 in no man's land. Over 16 seconds behind Kausan, but 10 seconds ahead of Almas Mad. And Almas Mad is as well in no man's land at the moment. You could say as well Hack, he's gaining he's increasing the gap on Cosman, but his gap between himself and Jamie is increasing, so can't really do about that, can ya? The gap between Panda and Splandy has gone down a little bit, surprisingly. Splandy started pushing maybe now, but Splandy still has to pit for new tires, while Panda doesn't, and neither does Josh, Tomos, Velocity, Rex, Secret, Jamie, Hakimi, Cosvan, Sparko, and Ormasmar. I mean, on those hards, it's gonna be it's gonna be difficult to take them to the end, but the gap is from Panda to Secret. It's 24 seconds. It could be tight. But if Panda would pit now, he would be just behind Secret. Well, if Splandy were to pit now, then it would be... That's 21, so that's... he would be behind Secret and Jamie, but he will be long ahead of Hakimi. And he's still not going into the pits. I think he's trying to go under the softs, or just praying that there's going to be a late safety car, and that his strategy will better work. This trio has stayed the same. Neither have any ERS in their battery. They don't have any battery left. So these three are basically stuck in a DRS train, or two actually. Rex closed up on Velocity a little bit going into turn 4, but nothing happened. Jamie's still within that DRS from Secret, but still too far back to make a move. Secret has been using a little bit more ERS than Jamie. Jamie's maybe a little bit saving the ERS. Hopefully that for the last end of the race he can overtake Secret for P7. These two are gaining on Rex, Velocity and Somos, but they're gaining it very slowly. I don't think they're gonna have enough time to overtake them. It's 10 seconds. 8 laps to go. I don't think that they're gonna have enough time to overtake him. Rex is closer to Velocity than to Tomos, but it's a Rex made a little mistake, and the gap is back to normal. Behind them, Jamie. Maybe these two are just trying to play maybe Jamie's trying to just play the team game and not try and overtake Secret anywhere, so that they can gain on Rex, but on this trio. But the gap doesn't go that much down. It was around 10 seconds when they crossed the line. Now it's 9.7. They should be gaining almost a second per lap, but they aren't. They're not gaining a second per lap. So they're not going to be able to overtake them by the end of this race. The lap 22 of 29 has been started. Splandy into the pits, finally, and he's gonna go onto the softs. Yes, onto the softs. he's gonna get overtaken by Josh, Thomas, Velocity, and Rex. And it could be, he is gonna be close to Secret and Jamie. And they have gone past him. Splandy is gonna be sort of close to these two up ahead. Splandy's gap is around 4 seconds to Jamie and Secret. And comparing to the fresh sauce compared to these two who are on an older hearts, Splandy in these first laps is gonna fly on these softs. Probably set up new fastest lap, take the fastest lap from Panda, but still staying for the Mercedes. The fastest lap is currently now 1:31.481 set by Panda. The only man who could go into 1:31s in this race. The gap between Splandy and Jamie is 4.4, but it's going down to 4.3 already. And these two have to catch up, have to speed up on their pace, because there's going to be a rapid Splandy whose gap is already into 1.1s. So Splandy has already those tires somewhat warmed up. The gap is already into 4.0s. Splandy doesn't have any ERS either, so Splandy is gonna lose time on the straights, but then he's gonna gain massively on the corners as the gap went from 4.2 to 3.5 on the X of turn 3. Now it's 3.6, and on the X of turn 4 it's 3.5. Going through turn 5, 6 and 7, the gap is going down to 3.3, and through turn 8 the gap is now 3.2. Going through turn 9 and 10, the gap is going down to 3.1s, and the exit 3.1, 3.0. So Splandy is gaining rapidly on these two up ahead. Secret and Jamie, they could be in danger of not, well, they're not gonna score many points in this race at the moment either, but getting overtaken by Splandy, they're gonna have a way less points, as Splandy is now into 2.8 behind them. And on the X of turn 14 and 15, it has stayed in 2.8, and now these two up ahead are gonna gain some time because well, Jamie is in the DRS, so the gap is gonna go a little bigger. Splandy, well, as expected, new fastest lap 1:31.322, but Splandy is gaining on these two up ahead, but the place where he is losing is the straights, so that's gonna be a bit of a tougher challenge. And there, the gap has gone down from 3 seconds to 2.4, 3.3, 2.3, sorry, 2.3, and now on the exit 2.2, 2.1. He's gonna lose a little bit on the straight. He didn't actually lose that much. He didn't lose at all, and is now into 2.0s. And going into turn 13, it's 1.9, and on the exit it's 1.7, maybe even into 1.6. No, it's staying into 1.7. But Splandy, on the next lap, he could be within that 1 second from Jamie and Secrets. Jamie's saying to Secret that speed up, man, speed up. But Secret doesn't have the greatest pace now. The gap has gone up to around 2 seconds, but going through turn 4 and through turn 5, 6 and 7, it's gonna go down to already 1.7, 1.6, 1.5, 1.4. It's gonna be even 1.3 on the exit of turn 8. It's a 1.3. Secret really needs to speed up. The gap is already 1.2, 1.1, 1.0. Splanty is setting its everything, while Secret and Jamie, they're struggling for pace. Splanty is already within that 1 second. 9 tenths, 8 tenths, and it's now into 7 tenths. It should be on the exit. Yes, 7 tenths. So he is within that DRS, 6 tenths even. But then now the challenge is gonna be to overtake these two. He has catched up to them, but now the challenge is gonna be to overtake them, actually, as they're really helping them. They aren't really helping each other, as Jamie didn't have the slipstream on the exit of turn 3. He had a better exit than Jamie and Secret, but he's a little too far back. Better on the brakes into turn 4, and on the exit Jamie is blocked by Secret still, so Jamie can't go really faster since he can't overtake him. He can't overtake Secret, as Splanty tried to set it into turn 8, or he missed his braking, and Jamie had to correct his car, and the gap is now up to 1.8 between Secret and Jamie, and Splanty didn't want to overtake Jamie because of it, but Splanty is still very close behind Jamie, but it might be a little tougher to overtake Secret now, as for them it's the end of lap 26. On Mat lets these through to fight on their own through to turn 14. Jamie has better pace than Secret, but he hasn't been able to overtake him. Splanty, with the help of the DRS, into turn 1. He's gonna have a way better exit on the exit, and into turn 1 Splanty is up ahead. Jamie tried to switch back in. Jamie has better exit because of the grip. Jamie is gonna try... no, he didn't even try to overtake him into turn 4. Splanty is up to 7th. Now he has to catch up to Secret. 2 seconds to Secret. Or actually 1 second to his DRS, but 2 seconds to Secret if he wants to overtake him. The gap is already down to 1.7. Jamie is going to be following through as he missed his braking into 10. That's not ideal for Jamie, as he's going to lose some time to Splanty. But Splanty has already catched up to Secret. 1.4 already on the exit of turn 11 through turn 12. 1.3s, and on the exit of turn 13 1.3. So he still isn't in that DRS, so he's gonna have only one chance, and one chance only, on the next lap, because into turn 4 he's gonna be still too far back. He might not even get the DRS. He's just is he gonna get it? We will see, but I don't think he was in there. No, he wasn't. Missed that by few thousandths. He didn't get the DRS going into turn 4, so now he's gonna have to catch up by his own through through sector 2 and sector 3 as well. Panda in a few seconds should be starting the final lap of this race, but we are now more focused for the battle of P6. Splandish is gaining on Secret, gaining and gaining, but he could be a little too far back to overtake him. Going to turn 12 6 tenths, going to turn 13 5 tenths. On the exit it's up to 6 tenths. Into turn 14 it's 5.5 tenths, and on the exit it's up to 6 tenths. The final lap starts for them, and Splendy has a DRS, but I think he's gonna be a little too far back to overtake him into turn 1, and maybe even turn 4 if he doesn't get a better exit than Secret. If Secret gets a really good exit that he didn't get, Splendy gets a really good exit of turn 4, turn 3. Splendy into turn 4 now was way closer, and he could overtake him somewhere in sector 2, as Ormasmat is causing yellow flags. Splendy into turn 8, not fancying a move. On the exit it has a way better grip than Secret. He's very close behind Secret going into turn 10. He'll have the last chance to overtake him. But up front, Panda, only one corner only, and in a dominant fashion, he wins the season opener here in Bahrain. What a race by Panda, completely dominating the race from start to finish. And 18 seconds ahead of his closest rival Josh now. Splendy, not enough. He didn't get close enough to Secret. He's gonna have to settle for P7. Josh finishes P2, Thomas finishes P3, Velocity 4th, Rex P5, Secret P6. Jamie overtook Splendy on the line, as I think Splendy let him through. So Secret P6, Jamie P7, Splendy finished P8. Hakimi will finish 9th, and Cosfan will finish 10th. He has to still do half of the lap. Sparko finishes 11th, and Onmasmata finishes 12th. Oh, what a race. What a race this was. On the first laps especially, and then in the middle of the race didn't really much happen. Thomas Velocity and Rex, they were in the same formation for the whole race, almost for half of the race. Secret and Jamie didn't want to go to the pits. Thought that they could fight back with the fresher hearts, but it didn't work. They have to settle for P6 and 7. Velocity, driver today. It's between Velocity and Panda, because Panda in the Mercedes, that I wouldn't say that would be competitive for the wins, or that competitive to the wins. Yet he still proves that that Mercedes is good, and finishes in P1, pole position, and finishes in P1 in a dominant fashion. 18 seconds out of Josh. Josh didn't have the pace to fight Panda. The drivers today would either go to Velocity or Panda. I would say, well, Velocity's first couple of laps were out of nowhere. Were out of literally nowhere. I don't know from where did he get that pace on the start. He was 12th and was then 3rd by in lap 5 or 4. I don't know from where did he come from, but in the end, P4 finish for Velocity. The driver today still goes either to Velocity or Panda. No one else deserves more than Panda. I mean, Rex from 11th to 5th, still good by him. Secret from 10th to 6th, good for him. Good by him. But my drive today would have to go either to Panda or Velocity. But I would have to say that it will go to Panda. He won in a very, very dominant fashion for the season opener in Bahrain in a Mercedes that I wouldn't say that it's that competitive, but he still put that in pole position and for the win. And for the most of the race, he had the fastest lap until Splendid took it. So yeah, I would say that drive today goes to Panda. And well, next week it's, I'd have to guess, Saudi Arabia. I'd take a wild guess. I'd have to guess that it's Jeddah. No, it's Portugal. It's Portugal next race. 29th of January, so basically exactly a week later. So yeah. I mean, see you guys next week. See you guys.